knife works. I couldn't quite believe it, but I had to buy one. So we're gonna play with this a little bit and see what happens. Just putting it through a few tests and checking it out. I believe this is about $20 on the website. They had them for $14.99 in a bin when Cheyenne and I got there. So let's see what happens. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification button. All right. First of all, I want to thank Pete for being my cameraman today, and want to thank Yvonne for making some awesome food that I had before the video here. Yeah. So, guys, right here, this is what the video is about. So, I just happened to be at Smoky Mountain Knife Works this past weekend. Cheyenne and I stopped in on our way to Robbie Bowman's shop. Link in the comment, or in the description rather. We were teaching down at the Turtle Island Preserve in North Carolina. You may recognize that from Eustace Conway from Mountain Men. Also, link in the description. Be sure to check it out, guys. Anyway, we go in. We go look at all the fun, neat stuff, and there is a tub, there is a bin of these kukris. And I'm like, oh, the handle looks okay. The sheath makes me think that definitely a cheap piece. And as I pick it up, it's got, you know, it's got the little plastic wrap on it here, and a tag for $14.99. And I was like, I showed one to Cheyenne. I'm like, well, I'm going to get one too. Of course, we couldn't take them out at the store, but when we got to where we were staying, I went ahead and took this one out. And you can see I've done a little bit of chopping with this. I've been playing with this just a little bit, but so far it seems to be holding up okay. Now, it's got what I would say is a reasonable working factory edge. It is not marked. There's no brand markings on this. When I went on the website, it said brand Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So I'm assuming that this is either someone else produced it and they just bought it outright and they're selling in bulk quantity. The handle is awesome. The handle is quite comfortable. It's checkered. It's a rubberized grip. It's not too rubbery. We've got a lanyard hole here, which I'm assuming is also locking that tang in to that handle. I'm going to go with this is most likely stainless. That's what it said on the website. What grade, I have no clue, which tells me that chances are it's going to be what I expect it to be, a $15 knife. But this $15 knife is probably a little over 15 inches long, and it's got a good grip. Balance on this thing, it's blade heavy. I would expect a chopper to be blade heavy. And as a chopper, it does chop. A lot of kukris that I've made, most of the kukris I've made are much larger than this. A lot of the kukris that I've handled are much larger than this. And this one is more the size of what I would call like a reasonable Bowie knife size, a good size for a camp knife. Now, good size for a camp knife versus how the piece functions, we'll find that out. I have seen a lot of kukris break right here at the junction, you know, basically the tang break off in the process of using them, and especially in the process of throwing them. So that's a common point to essentially be a stress riser, a stress point. Now, this one, this has a false edge. Now, it is not sharp by any means, but there is a false edge here that I suppose you could sharpen. Don't know why you would want to, but this would aid in penetration. Okay, definitely aids in penetration. Now, my pine stump here definitely has had a lot of chops in it, but let's, what do you say? Why don't I come in from the side on this? Now, safety glasses. Now, I'm not going to use a lanyard hole. I could, but I mean, for a solid strike in a stump, it sticks. My hand doesn't slide up. There is a ricasso area here. There's no guard, although the handle does sweep out a bit. reasonably comfortable in the hand in a standard grip or in a reverse grip. So, I mean, if you've been watching, what was that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme? Cyborg, in case you're doing your cyborg thing. This might be cool for martial arts practice, realistically, and it would be quite affordable as well. Now, I haven't tried cutting anything like trying to split wood with it, aside from chopping or stabbing into the stump, but I do have a couple pieces that I'm going to try that with. So being that it's not marked at all, that does kind of make me think that maybe this piece is something that was maybe it was abandoned by another company or discontinued, and then it was bought out. I don't know, but I will say that it seems to be fairly well made. Not overly heavy, and the drop on that blade is not overly exaggerated. A lot of kukris are a lot more pronounced on that recurve. And this seems to be pretty reasonable. If I was going to cut rope with it, I think that would work well. And it's not overly large. It's not a machete. Like I said, it's closer to the size of what I would call a reasonably maybe medium-sized Bowie knife. And it's not too heavy. Now, one thing I like about a kukri, a lot of times you can use it like a draw knife. This one with that really acute tip, you see that right there, that concerns me a little bit, especially if I were to slide off. I think I could hurt myself pretty bad with that. But I guess maybe if I just focused on this portion right here, that as far as bushcrafting, making some wooden stakes or peeling some bark, that this could work as a draw knife. Maybe if I needed to make myself impromptu axe handle or tomahawk handle, or a spear shaft, I mean that would work. So, or maybe I was going to peel some bark to make some sort of cordage out in the woods, that could work. So, I mean, for the $14.99, or I think it's $19.99 online, whatever. For that price, why shouldn't you buy one? Thickness on this, I'm guessing we're probably somewhere between 3/16 and a 1/4 inch. It actually looks a little heavier up here than here. I'd have to get my caliper to confirm that, but that's kind of what it looks like to me, which would aid in forward chopping weight. So, yeah, there you go. Now, one thing I have found, and if I tear this up, I won't be able to do the chopping, but we're going to find out, how does it throw? We're here at Axon Main Forge of Memory in St. Elmo, Illinois, and let's find out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step over here into lane 2, and I'm going to try just a couple light throws. I've seen a lot of kukris break right here. Some of them throw rather well, but sometimes it's just too much stress there at the tang junction. So I'm going to try to remember from where I was throwing from earlier. I mean, it doesn't throw too bad. Now, I'm not throwing hard. In fact, I'm throwing quite light and doing because one, I did throw this off camera and it did come back a little bit. But, just coming back here, doing a lower grip. Okay. That one did not stick that time. Let me try it again. I mean, for just some fun, hey, everybody, let's throw our hunting knives, because everyone throws their hunting knives when you should be throwing throwers. Maybe some recreation at camp. I think it's fairly consistent, and I actually like the rotation on this. It kind of reminds me of a tomahawk or something like that. That's when it bounces back. You see how it does have some spring to it. So it came back about 3/4 the distance from what it was thrown. And I'm probably getting a little fatigued right now. Let's see if, what do you say, maybe an underhand? Let's try an underhand throw. So from here, I'm just going to, seems to stick okay. And having that, like I said, rather acute tip on this, that does work pretty good. Now, I can't really complain about this too much so far. Do I expect it to have awesome edge retention? I do not. Let's try, I'm going to try it like this. God, that feels funny. Maybe I won't do that. Okay, guys, so here we go. Now, I've got a couple pieces of wood I'm going to chop on. This is not one of them, although I can. Here, let's do it for fun. There we go. Hey. Decent bite in that pine stump right there.
You still don't have any viewers.
That'll be okay.
Okay.
So right here, what I'm going to do, I've got, I think this is some maple. I'm going to try a little bit of chopping with it. Look out, Pete. So, it does chop.
Ooh, I got some in my mouth.
Ah! Okay, so can you chop some half-dry maple with it? I guess so. But the real question is how deep of a bite can you get on this? Here's a 4x4 pine post section. Can I split this into kindling? What do you know?
I don't think so.
Pete, I'm actually going to recommend probably get back a little bit further in case this does come forward. Maybe go to the side slightly. I'm gonna try splitting it like this. If it'll split, I'm shooting for a point of percussion about here. And I'm gonna get a little further away from that sheet metal. But I wanna see if I can split this thing. That way it goes that way. Are we ready? Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to like and subscribe. And here we go.
Wow.
Okay, let me go grab that. So yes, it did split that block. Let's see if we can make kindling. All right, here we go. So far, so good. That's more than what I expected out of a $15 knife, to be totally honest. I mean, it's got a pretty good bite. So, Pete, did you expect that? I didn't expect it.
I did not expect that. No,
Anyway, so I mean, it split down through, bit in. Now,
how's the edge holding up?
The edge is holding up okay. It does not appear to be blunted. Now there are a couple glints here, and that may or may not be from me throwing that earlier. And yeah, I got a little bit of rolling right there. Do I expect this to hold a great edge, to be a razor blade, and to chop? I don't. But I think for what it is, it's definitely going to work. So guys, once more, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, be sure to do that. Hit that notification button and check us out on some future videos. We'll catch you in a few. Once more, thank you to Pete for doing camera work today. Be sure to check out the links in the description and check out some of our other videos. We'll catch you in a few.